Welcome back to the Rambler Sports Locker. I'm Amelia Ickes, joined here today with Eric Moran to discuss the first round matchup between number 8 seed Loyola and number 9 seed Georgia Tech that will take place on Friday, March 19th. Eric, I know that you've been following Georgia Tech, and there has been a recent change to Georgia Tech's roster for the first round. Can you tell me a little bit about what's going on with the team and your predictions for the game?
Yep. So Stadium reported that ACC Player of the Year and AP All-American honorable mention forward Moses Wright will miss round 1 against Loyola Chicago and potentially round 2 if the Yellow Jackets advance. Now, some sources have contributed his absence due to COVID-19 related issues. I would say the absence of Moses Wright is a huge difference maker, in my opinion, because this season, Wright averages 17.4 points per game and 8 rebounds per game. Now, it's important to note also that Georgia Tech is on an 8-game winning streak, and they are coming off an ACC tournament run, a tournament win over Florida State. Also, they have 3 eligible players on the roster for the Loyola game that average 11.5 points per game. So those players could help contribute to Georgia Tech's offense. I think one interesting stat that I was looking at was that Georgia Tech is 0-5 when scoring fewer than 68 points. And I feel like if they're without their star player and they're going up against a really good Loyola defense, I think it's going to be hard for them to score a lot of points. So I would have to give Loyola the edge over Georgia Tech. And the main reason is because Moses Wright isn't there. Amelia, I know you looked into Loyola's team. How are they looking going into this game?
I would say that Loyola is looking pretty good, especially with this recent development to come from Georgia Tech. We were mentioning that the absence of Moses Wright would be if Loyola did not have Cameron Krutwig playing on the court this game. And I know that there's been a lot of controversy about Loyola's seeding. You know, they're seeded number 8, which a lot of people weren't expecting just based on Loyola's rankings. They're number 10 in the NCAA evaluation tool, 17 in the AP poll, and 16 in the Ferris Mowers coaches poll. So Ferris Mowers coaches poll. So I think a lot of people were upset about their seeding, but I think it's going to make for a great game against Georgia Tech. Like I mentioned, Cameron Krutwig is an absolute powerhouse on the court. He was named to the All-American third team, and he averages 15 points per game. Additionally, we have senior Lucas Williamson, who averages 8.2 points per game. And both of them have seen the Final Four court in the NCAA tournament before. And Lucas Williamson has mentioned in a lot of his interviews that he actually thinks that this team is better than the Final Four team from 3 years ago. So I guess we'll see how that plays out on the court on Friday. But I am also going to give the edge to Loyola Chicago just because they have that defensive edge. But I think it is important to note that they are ranked number 1 in the country for scoring defense. They keep their opponents to just 55.5 points per game. But, you know, that's against opponents that have been in the Missouri Valley Conference. So I think it will be interesting to see how their defense holds up against teams from other conferences like the ACC. So that will be interesting to see. But again, I will give the competitive edge to Loyola.
Yeah, I think even without Moses Wright, I think it should be a good game. So looking forward to see how it plays out. Loyola Chicago plays Georgia Tech 3 p.m. on Friday on TBS. For the Rambler Sports Locker, I'm Eric Moran.